There was a time last year we talked about McCaffrey as an MVP candidate. We talked about Michael Thomas as an MVP candidate. So my poll question this morning on Twitter, at ESPN Greeny, if the MVP is not going to be a quarterback, who you got? And these are the options I put up. McCaffrey, Michael Thomas, Zeke Elliott, Tyreek Hill. Keep casting your vote. We'll reveal what you're thinking a little bit later. But let me ask my crew here, where do we begin? Let's start with Orlovsky. If the MVP, and you don't have to go with any of the, it doesn't have to be someone from my poll. If I'm telling you right now the MVP is not going to be a quarterback, who are you telling me it's going to be?
It'll be Christian McCaffrey. Greeny, if you remember last year, about midway through the season, I had Christian McCaffrey as number one in the MVP. He was a 1,000-yard rusher and a 1,000-yard receiver. I think he's going to do it again this year, especially with Joe Brady coming over. And if you look at what he did with Clyde Edwards-Helaire last year at LSU, 55 catches. So we're going to see McCaffrey get another 80-plus catches, and he's going to get his fair share of carries. Greeny, I think Christian McCaffrey is very similar to what Rob Gronkowski really started to be in the NFL for the Patriots. Teams just have no idea how to play against him. If you put a linebacker out there, whether it's in man or zone, he can wear you out in coverage in space or in a matchup issue. And if you want to put a smaller body out there to cover him, can that guy tackle him? And so I think Christian McCaffrey is just going to be such a focal point for the Carolina Panthers offense as he already has been. He's only getting to be a better player. And I think the Panthers will be a little bit better than people expect them to be as a team. It'll be Christian McCaffrey if it's not a quarterback.
Marcus, who's the MVP if it's not a quarterback?
McCaffrey. And, I mean, Dan just said all of it. But I even think about one step outside of that. Teddy Bridgewater's the quarterback. What do we know Teddy Bridgewater for? Making sure he gets the ball into playmakers' hands and not taking too many chances. Obviously, Joe Brady is there, Matt Rule, both of these guys employing their own offense. Christian McCaffrey is arguably the best offensive player in the game of football when it comes to outside of the quarterback position, and obviously Patrick Mahomes, and his usage rate is going to be super high, so he'll have that opportunity. I was teetering on saying Michael Thomas, because last year, what he did was unbelievable. But if last year doesn't get him the MVP, he's probably not going to win one.
Let me tell you why I disagree with you both. And Christian McCaffrey is running away with my poll before I get Lewis's pick. Because Hembo and I went over this. There have been 65 players named MVP in the National Football League historically. None of them played for a losing team. 63 of the 65 made the playoffs the year their team was the year they were named MVP. One of those who didn't was Johnny Unitas. His team went 11-1-2 in 1967, and they missed the playoffs on a tiebreaker. So unless you guys are telling me the Panthers are going to be other than last in the stacked NFC South, I'm telling you there's a very slim chance that no matter how good the numbers look for McCaffrey, that he's going to be the MVP. Lewis, who do you have?
Yeah, I'm going totally on the other side of the ball. And you know what? And that statistic right there that you brought up as far as being on a winning team and being surrounded by a successful team is important, is really what made me change my mind here from Christian McCaffrey. And I'm going with Aaron Donald from the LA Rams. Look, over the past 3 years, Aaron Donald has 44 sacks and 60 tackles for loss as a defensive tackle. The guy who's led in that time frame as far as sacks is Chandler Jones with 49 sacks. If the Rams can get it back together now and really make some noise in the NFC West, and they've changed both offensive and defensive coordinator, Brandon Staley, their new defensive coordinator, I can tell you this, Sean McVay loves. And we all see Aaron Donald's workout videos. We all are on Instagram. You see what this man is doing. and we talk about him every year like he is unstoppable. And you want to talk about Madden ratings, you just put 100 across the board on Aaron Donald. 100 speed, 100 competitiveness, 100 agility, 100. Okay? So why can't that guy be the MVP?
He could. I actually thought about putting him on the poll yesterday, but I ultimately decided a defensive player is so unlikely. Go ahead, Danny, jump in.
Yeah, I mean, the stat of 65 guys, I mean, we have to pick a non-quarterback. So I can't imagine there was going to be a lot of quarterbacks that were on losing teams that won the MVP. I mean, so if we're picking a non-quarterback, then yes, there's going to be a huge statistic tied to it. Also, I love Aaron Donald, but Lewis, we know you went to Pitt. And we know Aaron Donald went to Pitt, so there's a little bit of
There's no but. I don't want to hear what else you have to say. I don't care. There's no but. I don't care what you have to say after but. As a matter of fact, you know it's proven that when somebody says but, a lot of the stuff that comes after it doesn't mean anything. So when you said but right there, I tuned you out.
Marcus.
I'm not listening.
Marcus, final
I'm
thought.
gonna remember that. I'm gonna remember that.
Lou made me look bad because he picked the D lineman and I didn't go on the defense side of the ball. But Lou knows Aaron Donald ain't winning no MVP.
I'm telling you.
Marcus. See, that's the kind of disrespect I'm talking about. He plays your position, and then look. I'm gonna hit your facial expression right now.
We've taken to imitating each other now. I'm enjoying this very much. Thank you for watching ESPN on YouTube. For live streaming sports and premium content, subscribe to ESPN+.